Hi everybody, today we're going to be reading The Paper Bag Princess. It's a super good story about remembering that it's important to be friends with people because of how they treat you, not because of what they look like. Let's start reading. I love this story. The Paper Bag Princess. To Elizabeth. I'm going to move this a little bit so we can see. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all of her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put on the paper bag and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forest and horses' bones. The Paper Bag Princess. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess! I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and banged on the door again. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait," shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Yes," said the dragon. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 50 forests. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 100 forests. "Magnificent," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath, but this time nothing came out. The dragon didn't even have enough fire left to cook a meatball. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?" "Why, yes," said the dragon, and jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again." So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was too tired to talk, and he laid down and went straight to sleep. I think Elizabeth tried to trick him. He's so tired, he can't breathe any fire, and he can't fly. He's exhausted. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside. She shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired, he didn't even move. So look, here's the dragon. Here's Ronald up here in the castle. So Elizabeth can now hopefully go save Ronald. Let's see what happens. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes, your hair is all tangled, and you are wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you are dressed like a real princess." That is so mean. That is not how you should treat anybody you love, or anybody at all. That is just not nice. "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes are really pretty and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you are a bum." They didn't get married after all. The end. So this story is super important because it teaches us that even though you might love someone because they have nice things or pretty clothes or they're a prince or a princess, king or a queen, they have to treat you nicely. And that's why you pick the friends that you have. And so right now in our world, it's so important that you love everybody and you treat everyone nicely and just love those around you. The Paperback Princess. This is one of my favorites. I love this story because in the very last page, she realizes she doesn't need a prince. She just jumps around happy. She didn't get married after all because she realizes what she really needs is people that love her and care for her, and that's what's really important. I hope you enjoyed the story today.